everyone, it's Vera, aka Tiny Simmer, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'll be showing you guys how I make thumbnails for CAS videos for YouTube. So I'm obviously here in CAS with a sim that I just made for my Gemini, for my Zodiac series, specifically the Gemini interpretation of the Zodiac sign. And what I do is, well, first of all, this is not her. I think it was like goofball or something. It was something like that. And these are her traits. So what I do to take the pictures of the Sims, I usually download poses and poses that you install in your CAS, specifically on traits, so that when you click on the trait, an animation replaces the one that usually comes up. So for example, if I put goofball, this animation is replaced with poses. So the one that I have downloaded, which I will link below, is for the loner traits. So when I go over here and click loner, you're going to see how she starts moving. And here is when I take advantage and start taking some pictures. So what I usually do is I usually go up here and like click C, and that's how I take a picture. And I store all of these animations or these pictures in a folder. So that's what you're going to do. This video is mainly inspired by one that a YouTuber that I saw. So I was basically inspired by Alejandro's video, previously known as Simmer Kitten, which she did something similar. I installed a CAS background that's just one solid color, not the default one, because when we're going to edit the thumbnail, you're going to see how much easier it is with a solid background. So we took all of the screenshots, and now we are going to open up an app that you can download for free that it's called GIMP. And I'm going to insert the link of GIMP below if you want to download it. Okay, so I opened up GIMP. It's spelled GIMP. So what you're going to do is you're obviously going to open up your electronic arts folder, then Sims 4, and then screenshots over here. And all of these screenshots that I just took are obviously from the sim that we just saw. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically pick the ones that I like most. So what I'm kind of going to do is just quickly open this up and see, I don't like this one. This one looks kind of cute. I could use that one. So what I'm going to do, what I like to do is set apart the ones that I actually like. So that way it's easier to recognize. Maybe I could do something like this in the background, so that would be cool. Right, okay, so I basically picked out the two ones that I'm going to use. So I'm basically going to use these two pictures over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these on my desktop, so take them out, and then I'm going to insert these over here. So this is going to happen, right? And I'm going to just zoom out a little bit by clicking the dash in the keyboard. Okay, so first of all, what I'm going to do is I have to add alpha channel. So that's a must. So I'm going to add the alpha channel, and I'm going to click this star one that's called Fuzzy Select Tool. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm literally going to click one side, and it's going to select all of this for me. So I don't have to go in one by one, selecting in detail everything. It's going to select it by me. And this is why having a solid background is going to help, because it selects it by color. So the fact that it's just the same pink pastel color helps a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the erase tool over here. I'm just going to, I make the size super big, and I just delete all of this like that. Right, and then I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to click here, Fuzzy Select Tool, and click this side over here and do the same. So I'm going to grab this erase tool and do it all over here. Now you've got your sim laid out. So I'm now going to import the second image that I want to add, which is this one over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of make that one unseen by clicking the eye over here. And I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to click over here and then delete. Oh, I forgot to add an alpha channel. So I'm going to add the alpha channel like I did over here, and I'm going to select it like I did over here, and then now delete all of this. Now, notice how I didn't have to select both sides because there was a very small space above her. So it counted as one space. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to make it both be seeable. And I'm going to use this move tool. And what I want to do is I basically want to move the sim, like the close-up over here on this side. And this sim, I want to move her a bit back here. Kind of like that. Now I want to add a nice, background color. So I usually, for the backgrounds, I usually go for a background color or something that is kind of related to the CAS video. So for that 70s sim CAS video on Jackie from That 70s Show, I chose like a 70s show, like a 70s pattern, and use that as a background. Now for this one, for Gemini, what I'm thinking of doing is maybe going for like a pastel, kind of bright yellow situation, because one of the main colors of Gemini is yellow. So that's what I'm gonna look in Google. So the color that I chose to go with was, like that color. So what I'm gonna do is, since you can obviously see this picture is way too small, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna right click here and click scale layer. So I'm gonna scale it up, like by a lot, so that way the image is a lot bigger. So let's say I scale it here. That works perfectly. And notice how I layer them in a way that this image of the close-up is on front, because if I ordered it like this, notice how she's on front first, but that's not what I want. I'm going to do it like that. And I don't know why this cutout comes up, but it does. So I never figured out why that happens, but it does. So basically I have kind of set up the background color. And now what I want to do is I'm thinking of maybe adding maybe like something in the back. Okay, so what I'm thinking of doing is maybe painting on the back something green, because another one of the colors is green. And what I'm thinking of doing is maybe doing a nice airbrush in the back that kind of goes from green to yellow. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click here in the paintbrush tool, and once I click here, this is going to come up. And I'm going to click this color, which is the color that it's going to kind of come out, and I'm going to use this. Let's try it out. Basically do something like that. Okay, so what I'm thinking of doing is adding like an airbrush moment. Forget this color over here. That's maybe a bit like orangey or lighter yellow. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose even a darker color. So maybe something, and I think that looks kind of cute. So what I'm going to do next is I usually just export this picture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on File, Export As, and then I'm going to export it as a PNG. And then click Export, and then I'm going to click over here, Export again. So as you can see, all of this is loading up. And then when I go to my folder over here, the picture is right over here. So what I'm going to do now is I basically airdrop that picture into my phone, and I'm going to go to the app Over, which I'm going to quickly show. Yeah, so I'm over here on the Over app, and I click to New and click the image button, and I press the image that I want, which is obviously a thumbnail I have created from Jim. And from there, I just go in and write the text that I want to use, and the font that I used is called Lemon Milk, so I click that and position it where I want it to. And I usually add like a shade. So if like you slide over, and you can click like an angled shading, and I do that so the text stands out of it, and I just literally save that to my phone, and yeah, that's basically it. But anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like it if you did, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and comment any questions or tips down below. Thank you for watching.